What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out episode 31 here of the Poker Monk vlog. Just a couple of quick announcements this week. First off, I'm super excited to announce that I've started getting coaching from Mark Warner over at exceptionalpoker.com. I can't even begin to tell you how impressed I've been with Mark and how just absolutely lucky I feel to be working with this guy. Seriously, you guys should head over to his website right now. Check out all the incredible, just free resources he's got that I guarantee will start helping you improve your game right away. I'll be talking more about Mark and exceptionalpoker.com over the next several weeks as our coaching sessions progress and we continue to work on improving my game. I know a lot of you are curious about coaching and maybe are even thinking about hiring a coach yourself. I know it can be expensive, kind of a big deal, so I'm going to do my best to kind of describe the process and give you guys kind of a good picture of what it's all about. But like I said, in the meantime, make sure you head over to his website and check out all the cool stuff he's got there. You'll also find a link right here in the description below. The second thing I wanted to mention is you're going to notice there's more hand analysis in this episode. The majority of you seem to really enjoy the hand analysis, and for me personally, I'm finding a ton of value in reviewing my play and kind of giving some deep thought about why I'm taking particular lines. So I've decided, at least this week, to increase the number of hands I'm analyzing, but I'd love to know what you guys think. I've got 4 hands in the hand analysis segment today. Am I pushing the envelope a little bit there? Do you think that might be too many hands? Or do you guys not care? Do you just love getting hands and you'd like to see as many as I can fit in? Or maybe 4 is about right. Let me know in the comments. Finally, you'll notice in this week's vlog, the segments are actually out of sequence. I played poker before I had my coaching session with Mark, but I just felt like the episode kind of flowed better if I had the poker or the hand analysis at the end, so I switched them around. Just didn't want anybody to get confused. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. If you have subscribed, thank you guys so much. It's been so cool watching this vlog grow, kind of slowly but surely. It's been pretty awesome. But anyways, that's it. Enjoy this week's episode. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just about to start my coaching session with Mark Warner here. I'm not going to shoot the session. We haven't actually talked about anything like that, so I don't know how he would feel about me, kind of revealing his secrets. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous, actually. I think that's just because I don't know what to expect, and I haven't done a ton of coaching. I did a little bit before, but yeah, feeling a little nervous, but also looking forward to kind of transforming my game maybe and learning how to crush. That'd be nice. All right, I'm going to get on with Mark now. Hey, can you see me? All right, well, I just finished up my first coaching session with Mark Warner, and it went really good. It exceeded my expectations, so really excited about that. You guys definitely should check out his website. This guy really knows what he's talking about. To give you an idea of what we did, part of the session was kind of a get-to-know-you kind of thing. This was our first session working together, and so kind of getting to know each other a little bit. Went over, he had me fill out a questionnaire that kind of talked about my poker history and what I wanted to work on, things like that. So we discussed that for a little while, and then I played online while he watched and listened to me kind of talk through my reasonings for all the stuff I was doing. That was really kind of enlightening. Nerve-wracking a little bit, but I learned a lot about how I play, and we definitely found several leaks that I need to work on, and it's definitely going to give us plenty of fodder to work on over the next several weeks. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really do think Mark, like I said, really knows his stuff, and I really do feel like he's going to help me maybe step up in stakes and definitely get my thought process at a new and improved level. So really looking forward to working with Mark. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am headed out to Hollywood Casino to put in a 1-2 session. It's Monday. Mondays usually aren't very good at Hollywood Casino, but I'm hoping because it's July 3rd today that a lot of people have the 4th of July, like I have a 4-day weekend going, and that a bunch of wrecks show up and want to gamble it up. So yeah, looking forward to the session. I'll see you guys out there. All right, made it safely to the casino. Just another typical drive through Central Virginia. You know, just incredibly beautiful. Feeling really relaxed today and kind of focused. Today's day 3 of the meditation challenge. If you're interested in that, check it out over on thepokermonk.com. But yeah, I'm feeling really good, so excited about getting in there and getting in a game. Gonna go put my name on the list. I'll see you guys in there. Go. All right, taking my first break here. The poker room's not nearly as busy as I had hoped it would be. The game's okay, but there's only about 5 games going, which is more than usual for a Monday here at Hollywood Casino, but still not as good as I had hoped it would be. The game's okay, and a few regs, your kind of typical lineup, but one really good player actually, and then, you know, a bunch of kind of regs and a couple tourists, but nothing too exciting. I think I'm even right now, maybe down $5 or up $5, I don't know. But yep, gonna just keep grinding away in there and hope I pick up some hands, find somebody to gamble with me. All right, talk to you guys in a bit. I'm starting my coaching this week with Mark, and I'm super excited about it. I'm curious what you guys think about coaching. Leave something in the comments. I'm wondering, do you guys use coaches? Is it something you think is good for your game, or maybe you think it's a waste of money? Maybe you think that, you know, you can get the same kind of information from books or online or whatever, or maybe you just think you're not going to get much out of it, or that your game's good enough, or whatever. I'd be very curious to hear what you guys think about it. We'll compare that to kind of my experience later on too, so it should be interesting. But yeah, like I said, leave me a comment and tell me what you think about coaching. There is a guy at my table who is a horrible mixture of being a little crazy and also just an asshole. He's terrible. For one thing, he's slow rolling every single hand he plays. The dealer will say something and the guy says, hey, I'd just like to take my time. So it's pretty annoying. But he also does this thing whenever the flop comes out, he covers his eyes like that so he can't see it, trying, I guess, to make it more dramatic. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but it's no fun playing with him, I'll tell you that much. Luckily, he sucks. There seems to be some correlation between that. I've never seen somebody who is an asshole and crazy and good. They always seem to be an asshole, crazy, and bad. So that's a good thing, I guess. Looking on the bright side. That's what I do. I know that sign says caution wet floor, but let's be honest. That dude looks like a break dancer, which you should be cautious of. Those break dancers are nuts. One, two, one, yeah. I'm having a really good session today, not because I'm winning, because I'm not. I think I'm down like 15 or 20 bucks right now. But I don't know, I'm feeling really focused, and I feel like I'm playing my A game, which, you know, is nice. It also helps that my friend Matt's at the table. What's up, Matt? I haven't seen him in a while, so it's been really great talking to him. But yeah, just having a good session. People are joking around. People seem to be in a good mood. It's kind of a fun game. You know, you grind away a lot, you forget how fun this game can be sometimes, but nice day today. All right, let's take a moment here, go back to the house and analyze some hands. Gonna be awesome. All right, first hand here, I'm in the small blind with a stack of about $190, and I pick up King Jack offsuit. There are 2 limps, and the button makes it 7 to go. I actually don't like playing these kind of hands out of position very often, but the table is playing really fit or fold, and just a lot of bad play going on, so I actually wanted to see a few more hands than I normally would, so I go ahead and make the call here out of position. I call, and 2 middle position players call as well. So $30 in the pot. And the flop comes Jack of clubs, Queen of clubs, 10 of spades. It's a really wet board and it seems to scare everybody, and we all check. The turn is the 6 of spades, so this really wet board gets even wetter. Now there's straight draws, Broadway cards, and 2 flush draws on the board. With a middle pair and an open-ended straight draw, I go ahead and take a stab at the pot and I bet $20 into 30. And only the button calls. $70 in the pot, heads up, and the river comes the 7 of spades. I don't complete my straight draw, and if the villain had picked up a flush draw on the turn, he completes that. I just go ahead and check here, and the villain, he bets 25. I don't see how I could possibly be good here. He's definitely not value betting a hand worse than mine. It is possible that he missed his straight draw and is bluffing here, but the sizing feels a little too small for a bluff. It feels more like he made something and he's just trying to eke out a little bit of profit from what we can, like King Jack say. So I let this one go. Can't win them all. In this next hand, I'm in the hijack with about $175 stack, and I pick up pocket kings. There are 3 limps in front of me. I bump it to $12, and only a single middle position player calls. $31 in the pot, and the flop comes 3, 5, 6 with 2 clubs. The villain donks out 10 bucks, and I go ahead and raise that to 25 to go. The villain, he gives it a good 30 seconds of thought, and then repops it to $75. I should tell you a little bit about this player. He looks to be in his mid-70s and pretty much is the definition of an OMC. He's a daily player. I see him there all the time, and he's very much there for the social aspects of the game. As you know, it's really common for these type of players to play a very low variance, kind of low risk fit or fold strategy, and they just try to get their chips in with the nuts and risk as little money as possible. I can't imagine a scenario for this particular player on this type of board where he's putting in half his stack with anything less than a set. In fact, I think a set is very likely, and it's the reason he raised me here and not just slow play it and hope to make a bigger bet on the turn. He's scared that I might have some kind of draw, even though it's really unlikely here, and he's trying to push me out of the pot. There's only one non-set hand that I can imagine he would bet like this, and it's the 7-8 of clubs, where he's got an open-ended straight flush draw. And as you can see here on Poker Crutcher, I'm even behind that as well. So, no matter how hard it is to do, I gotta let the kings go. Oh well. In this next hand, I've got a stack of about $150 in the small blind, and I pick up ace-king offsuit. A middle position player bets out $10, and me and the button call. I thought about 3-betting here, but the raiser was a pretty tight player who had only been raising really kind of premium hands no matter what position he was in, and I didn't want to bloat the pot and have to play this out of position against somebody who I was pretty sure was going to call a 3-bet. So 3 of us to the flop with $33 in there, and the flop comes king 7-3 rainbow. This is a great flop for my hand. Top pair, top kicker on just an incredibly dry board. Doesn't get much drier than that. So I go ahead and check, planning to check raise here. The pre-flop raiser obliges, and c-bet's only $10. The button calls, and I raise to 30. The villain thinks for a pretty good moment, then re-raises to $80, and the button folds, and it's back to me. I've only got $110 left here in my stack, so it's either fold or push all in. The only hands I'm really worried about here are pocket aces or pocket kings, and I've got blockers to both of those. It would have been pretty unusual for this particular player to raise pre-flop with a small pocket pair, so I'm not even worried about a small set here. So I think I've got the best hand, and I go ahead and shove all in. The villain, he goes into the tank for a good minute, maybe minute and a half, and I know that if he's going into the tank this long, I'm probably good here. And much to my surprise, the villain lays it down. I'm not exactly sure what he would make that play with, that he would lay his hand down to only $60 more. Queens, maybe? As he folded, he said he was positive that I had flopped a set and that he was laying down ace-king. I'm not sure how honest he was being there. He didn't show his hand, and that seems like a strange hand to fold for just $60 more, but who knows. I think what's more likely here is that he was making some kind of move, maybe got caught up in a little FPS, and simply got caught and didn't want to put in another $60 and have to show down his crappy hand. But whatever, it's a nice pot. We take this one down. Well, this last hand here is the most wonderfully weird hand I've played in a long time. I've got a little over $170 in the small blind, and I pick up ace-jack of hearts. There are 4 limpers ahead of me, and I raise to 16. I get 3 callers, the big blind and 2 middle position players call. $50 in the pot, and the 4 of us see a flop of king 10-8 with 2 hearts. I really benefit from seeing a turn here and would really like to see how the other players react to this really wet board. So instead of c-betting, I just go ahead and check. The big blind checks, and the first middle position player, he bets out $20. The next middle position player folds, I call, and the big blind calls. $110 in the pot, and the turn comes queen of clubs, gin. I, of course, hit the nuts and go ahead and check again. The big blind, she bets out $100, which surprised me. It was a really big bet for her, and it made me wonder if we possibly had the same hand. But then I thought, if she did make a straight right here, why wouldn't she check, let the middle position player bet again, maybe possibly get me to call, and then come over the top with a big raise? But it didn't really matter to me because I knew at that point that I was going to be able to get my whole stack in. She only had about another 30 bucks, so I knew that I'd at least get her to put her stack in as well. So I was feeling pretty good here. But things kept getting better. The middle position player, he flat calls with 100. I've only got 40 bucks more, so I of course go ahead and just push all in here. The big blind, she calls for her last $29, and the middle position player who has us both covered, he calls as well. The river is just beautiful. It's the 4 of hearts, so even if I was chopping before, now I've got the stone cold nuts. I flip over my hand, and I'm very surprised to see what the other players had. The big blind, she shows pocket queens for a turned set, and the middle position player, he flips over pocket kings for a flopped set. What was going on with all the pre-flop limping with these monster hands? And then on a very wet, draw-heavy board, the pocket kings, he makes a tiny bet, less than half pot, just giving both me and the big blind an opportunity to just suck out on him. Very weird play. I'm not sure why both of these players chose to limp pre-flop and then only call my raise, but I'm happy to take down such a nice pot. All right, back to Hollywood Casino. All right, that's gonna do it for today. Had a great session. Like I said, I felt super focused. I don't know, I just had a really good game. Joking around with people at the table. It was a great atmosphere. Like I said, I had a friend there who I hadn't seen in a long time, so it was great talking to him. But yeah, it was just a really good game. And I had that big hand at the end, so that put me in profit. So I always like that. So plus 345 for the day, which is a very solid win. I feel really good about that. So maybe I don't need coaching after all. Sorry, Mark. I think I still need coaching. Anyway, looking forward to talking to you guys in the comments. See you next time.